How's it going?
It is going well, thank you.
Cool. So, looks like we're still waiting on some more people to join in, but yeah, if you want to jump right to it, I guess. How's
Yeah,
your kind of Boppy experience going for you?
yeah, pretty good, man. I been watching some of your videos, and I mean, essentially, I wanted to just get more familiar with, how you onboard.
Hmm.
Maybe like if there's a way I can automate that process. Do you have any idea how that could happen? But other than that, I mean, I am doing a little bit of white label, and I'm trying to get some more customers. But auto onboarding would be pretty cool, I think. Save us some
Yeah,
time.
yeah, that's fair. I know that you have a YouTube channel, don't you?
Yeah, I do. Thank you for noticing. I mostly do what's it called? Some mortgage brokers. Um, I'm moving into a couple different niches like car dealerships as well. Been doing that, but yeah, just trying to expand and explore what really hits the wall, man. But I think mortgage and real estate is kind of where I'm doing pretty good right now.
Okay,
So yeah.
okay. What do you think? I'm always curious. What do you think
Yeah.
this AI is kind of providing in like value wise? What do you think is the most value part about this AI? I'm finding a ton of value in like reactivation campaigns, but I guess what have you seen?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think the reactivation campaigns are that's I think referrals for me, but
Hmm.
that ties into reactivation campaigns, right? Because what I like to do is I like to, well, in a way, build a out of their database, have an
Hmm.
AI do a reactivation campaign, but instead of just trying to maybe book appointments from them, ask for referrals.
Hmm.
And if they do get one, then do a make automation to ask them who's the contact, etc., and then gather that info and send an email to the right person, or even add it to the CRM of your client. So that's something that I find value on.
So like a referral program. So instead of texting them, essentially, it's making the AI is making a phone call and asking for the referral, collecting the referral's information. Is that how it's working?
Yeah, right. And I was gonna take it a step further and have the AI actually call the
Hmm.
referral and say, "Hey, so and so," right? Because you can map those fields. Refer me to you. Do you have a few seconds to talk to? And then I put my client's name in there. But I realized I can't do that because they technically did not opt in, right? So it's kind of I don't know. I don't know. I think
Oh,
that's kind of a gray line.
yeah. Technically, they didn't opt in. You're so right. That's
Yeah,
interesting, though. That could have been a really cool system because,
yeah,
yeah, I mean, the main point of the AI is to figure out how to automate entire processes. So that would be a good process to automate. But then it goes into the question of, okay, if one of your referrals fills out the form, so let's say it's like a text messaging avenue, can a human call that referral up, or how does that work?
that's a good point. So you're saying if it's a text message and okay, hold on, let me make sure I understand that right.
Yeah.
Right? Who sends a text message?
So if maybe, let's say the mortgage broker, for example, for your scenario, the mortgage broker sends a text message to one of their past customers. The past customer sends a message back saying, "Hey, my friend XYZ, this is their phone number. Can you reach out to them?" Right? Can the mortgage broker reach out to them via call, via text? What do you know anything about that? I
Yeah,
personally don't.
they can do it
Hmm.
because it's technically not an AI. The only reason I say the AI can call,
Hmm.
right, is because of those legalities or regulations behind the AI cold calling consumers,
Hmm.
right? Um, and I know like at the end of the year there's gonna be some stringency and like things put into effect for that. But for now, if it's a business line or it's a public number, then the AI can call it, as far as
Hmm.
I'm concerned, right? Of course, full disclaimer, contact your attorney if you want to do that, but That's my understanding.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, because that could be a really cool system, but I mean,
Mhm.
you can definitely automate it through SMS then. So if they fill out the form, or
Yeah.
because I mean, it depends how you're doing it. You can send them like a form. You can tell them, "Hey, text me back with a referral." There's so many different ways to automate that, but
Oh, you're right. We could say it could be a text message sent out. So, like, let's say, right? Tell me if I'm wrong.
Mhm.
The AI calls, right? Asks for the referral, then comes back to instead of sending an email out to the client, it could instead go as a text message out to the referral and say,
Mhm.
"Hey, so and so referred me to you. I'm calling on behalf of client's office's name. Um, would you be open to having a conversation about your mortgage needs or whatever?" And then if they say yes, send them a booking link or maybe then trigger the voice to call or something like that. But at least we now have the consent in writing, and we did it
Definitely.
through text and not a voice AI.
Mhm. Mhm. I'm thinking if we can bring it back a step further. So you say you want the AI to call and ask for the referral. What if it called and gave the customer a form, for example, and said,
Uh-huh.
"Here's our referral form. Send it to either your friends or someone that would fill it out." And that person, once they fill out that form, then they contact back. Or give them the option, obviously, and have both sides of it.
Yeah. Okay. So if they say yes, just send the referral form, and that way it'll just be flowing in every time.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, that could be good too. That could be good too. Okay,
Yeah,
interesting.
give them multiple avenues. And then once that form is technically filled out, you have the full consent, so you can kind of do whatever you really want. That's what I was.
Right. Yeah, because now it's considered an opt-in, exactly. Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Good point.
The
Hmm.
referral programs are a good avenue. What other ways kind of do you think that people would be automating this? Because most of the things that I've seen is just like a new leads bot, a no-show bot, maybe like a reactivation bot. The referral bot that you just mentioned is a good one. Do you know of any
Mm,
more on top of that, maybe? I'm kind of thinking of some new ones.
yeah. I was thinking of a reputation management, bot, but I did stumble across an issue. I was thinking too much ahead of myself. I was like, okay, what if I have Google reviews, like on Make.com, right?
Mhm.
You can have Google watch for reviews, and then you can create a follow-up trigger with whatever you want. I was looking at making an outbound phone call, but then again, I don't have um, a way to get their contact info. At least I don't think I do from a Google review. So it would be cool if there was a way to say, if Google could extract information from the contact who left a review and make that outbound call. That would be really cool because then it could be like, hey, I know you left us a 5-star review. Um,
Mhm.
just like make some campaign out of that. It could lead to something, right? So
I wonder if you can match the name in your CRM. So I know it's not going to work 100% of the time, but if you try to match the name and have GPT maybe analyze the name, bring it with the first name, pull the list of contacts with that name, and then have it analyze which one it actually is, you could probably use that information, couldn't you?
well, yeah, that is a good point. So if they have like, go high level, right? Like just high level. Have a chat GPT go back to the contacts and then run just high level module, see what it pulls up, and then maybe do a parse and all that stuff. Just make the
Mhm.
outbound call and yeah, okay. I dig it. I dig it. That's a
Yeah.
good one.
It's not going to work 100% of the time because I know, like, personally speaking, I have a bunch of random Gmail accounts with like random names on them.
Yeah.
But if they have like a legitimate Gmail from their actual name, might be able to work well.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I will try and work on that today and see if I can make that happen. Huh. Okay. Oh, good point. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
That was
What other
useful.
bots are there though? Because there's like, I don't know, these are all basic. It's all just
Yeah,
like the
no,
same for every company. I wonder
right.
if there's like a unique industry or a unique like mechanism that you can actually do this with where it's like, hey, this is groundbreaking.
Um, Let me look at my list here. I mean, I know I have some. Uh, let's see, like a more complex one.
Yeah, like one that we're working on would be like analyzing 20 questions, providing a diagnosis for doctors and
Oh yeah,
dentists. That's like a
that will
basic
be
one. That one's
complex.
kind of cool, but there's so many more different use cases that you could do. Like maybe apartment complexes. One that I've been thinking about for real estate is something like, hey, if it's a regular bot build out, the bot is going to be analyzing the conversation. And let's say a customer wants 5 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms. They want it in this price range. You can use a
Mm-hmm.
platform called like browse.ai, and you can actually scrape platforms like realtor.com and Zillow, scrape those lists of homes, and you can use that information to match them with their house or a preferred house, like kind of in that range or that criteria. So that's kind of like it's using the basic bot, but it's going to more detail and automating a lot
Yeah.
more of the process.
Okay. Yeah, that actually sounds pretty good. So like it'll scrape that data, find out if there is, that would be pretty cool because so let's put a scenario, right? Let's make a
Mhm.
scenario. Um, give me one as to how that would work. Like from like start to finish. I wanna really picture that as to how that would work on Make because that's actually sounded interesting.
Yeah, so let's say start to finish. So start, the AI is going to be calling this lead up. It's going to ask them like, "Hey, I saw you're looking to buy a new home in X area,"
Uh-huh.
and the customer says yes. And then the AI will ask them, "What's your criteria? Maybe do you want 5 bedrooms? Do you want 3 bathrooms? Do you want it in like the 300,000, 500,000 price range?" It kind of figures out all those criterias, and then you can analyze that after by putting it into like custom data fields using ChatGPT. Take all those fields and send that to Browse AI to scrape the information, send it in a giant list, and then through that list, so that list would be like hosted in a spreadsheet, for example. You
Right.
have you have like a search rows action on make.com, and those search row actions would pull all the homes in that criteria, for example. That's my thought process. And then, I mean, with those lists of homes, you can probably send them an email, send the customer an email like, here's this list. This is all in your criteria. Take a look at it. Or maybe the realtor can just put it in like the notes of the contact. It can be automatically put in the contact information. So the realtor can analyze that information and then send it to them and just double confirm, if that makes sense. So there's different ways that you can use the output of that data, but I think almost automate sending it to the customer via email or via text message would be super powerful.
That actually sounds really good. Well, have you started? Do you already have a client you're implementing this with, or are you thinking about it?
I mean, I have the framework built out. I have the idea. I just haven't really put it to use realistically.
Yeah. Okay. Um, I'm thinking. Hmm. Let me look. Let me pull up one thing that I was considering. Haven't. Hold on a second. Haven't really finished it. It's still draft mode. You know how you build those things and you haven't completed it yet. But before I complete it, and actually it's finalized, I was gonna start pitching it. But let me pull it up real quick on Make. 1 second.
Okay. Okay.
Um, while you do that, let me know if you have any other ideas. But hold on, let me see.
It's one of the
Um,
best ideas that I've thought of. Um,
yeah.
that's a good one for real estate. What are some other industries that uses public information like that?
Uh,
It's a lot of
in the,
B2B companies, right?
yeah. I mean, along what you were saying, I was I was thinking you could do it for without before we jump out of real estate. For mortgage, right?
Hmm.
Um, you could use like Phantom Buster or something like that, so that like this AI, right? This voice AI, it could scan the list of like just automate some tasks for these mortgage brokers where it'll trigger like it'll search kind of like what you're saying, the
Mhm.
list of homes and stuff like that, but it would find the rates for these pros and then be able to automate some of those tasks. But that would be a little more complex, not more complex, but like a little more delicate because it could be changing sometimes, like lifetime. So I don't know. I was just thinking that could be something for them, but that's why I haven't finished it yet. It's just
Okay. When you say rates, are you referring to like maybe just like the mortgage rates or like loan rates, that type of information?
right because you know you can work like for example, working with guaranteed rate, the company or Guild Mortgage, um, they those are going to be the same basically. But if I'm working with a mortgage broker, for example, they can pick any kind of lender. They can go with let's just say different ones, and they'll have access to a database of okay, I can this particular prospect I qualify it, or the boy I can
Mhm.
qualify it, and then based on those responses, the AI can go to another database and say, well, these are the rates I have available. Now the AI doesn't want to do this for them. The AI will help the mortgage broker and break down what it can do, just make it easier for them, facilitate the process, and be like, based on these responses, this is what we have for them. If you want to consider using these options, because I don't think the AI should recommend them.
Yeah.
That's a little touchy.
Huh. Okay, that could be pretty good. My question is, don't the rates aren't they impacted by maybe someone's credit score, different information like that, or is it all stagnant information?
So the rates, the rates is kind of like what's industry right now, like what's the lowest that you can get kind of thing is my
Mhm.
understanding. But of course, yes, based on credit scores, criteria, and things like that. I mean, it could change. That's why I'm saying like those kind of factors could identify could have the AI do those kind of tasks for the mortgage broker, right? And there's conversations that I can have with them and be
Mhm.
like, look, do you have the criteria? Do you have formulas? Because the AI and ChatGPT can come up with these things together and compile something like that. But